Is it safe to travel in Indian railways? Or has the incompetence of India's railway officials put millions of India's railway passengers at risk? Now, I do not like the sound of these questions at all, but I am being forced to ask them. People are being forced to raise these questions. Some of you may be aware of what happened this morning. Another passenger train derailed in India. This was a Howrah-Mumbai express train. At approximately 3:45 in the morning, several coaches of the train derailed. This happened near Chakradhapur in Jharkhand. At least 2 passengers lost their lives. 20 others have been injured. Why did the train derail? Reports say a goods train also derailed nearby. Were the accidents related? Did they happen at the same time? Officials say that the Mumbai-bound train actually hit the stationary goods train, and it was as a result of this impact that the coaches of both the trains derailed. Now the question is, who is to blame? India's opposition parties are pointing the finger at the country's railway minister, Ashwini Vaishnav. The opposition is asking whether railway accidents and loss of lives of railway passengers are the new normal. The Trinamool Congress is in government in West Bengal. This is the state from where the train originated. The Trinamool Congress is accusing the government and the railway minister of being in a state of slumber. A party leader, in fact, has mocked the BJP-led ruling alliance, NDA, or National Democratic Alliance, by calling it National Disaster Alliance. The Jharkhand Mukti Morcha, or the JMM, is the ruling party in the state of Jharkhand. This is the state where the train derailed. The JMM has said that the entire responsibility of the accident lies with the Union Railway Minister. In a post on the platform X, JMM writes, "Stop the Railway Minister from making reels and request him to focus on railways," quote unquote. The Congress party is calling the rail minister a fail minister. It is true that under Ashwini Vaishnav, India has seen several deadly railway accidents. But is it his failure? Are these man-made failures that the minister could have helped avoid? On the 18th of July, several coaches of the Chandigarh-Dibrugarh Express derailed. The accident happened in Uttar Pradesh's Gonda district. At least 2 passengers lost their lives. Over 30 others were injured. In the month of June, the Kanchenjunga Express derailed after it was hit by a goods train in New Jalpaiguri. At least 10 people died. Over a dozen others were injured. A probe was ordered. Investigators found improper instructions and inadequate counseling of the railway staff as the cause of the mishap. The probe report mentions that loco pilots and station masters were not adequately trained in automatic signaling operations. Whose fault is that, if not the top railway officials? And what's more, the probe report says even important instructions like speed limits are not being issued correctly to loco pilots. This is dangerous. It is a failure of the Indian Railways. Innocent passengers cannot be paying the price with their lives. There needs to be accountability. Do you know what investigators probing the Chandigarh-Dibrugarh train derailment found? That there was a fault in the railway track. Because of this, the train was supposed to run at the speed of 30 kilometers an hour on this particular track. Investigators say the loco pilot was not informed. He ran the train at a speed of 86 kilometers an hour, almost thrice the safe speed limit. It was 2 minutes after the derailment and 1 hour after the fault was detected on the track that the speed limit was conveyed to the nearby station master. By then, people had already died. Who is at fault? If this is not a man-made disaster, then what is? Investigators are repeatedly pointing the finger at the negligence of the railway department. In this case, the railway track was found shifted by 4 meters. It was not even tightened properly. Today, India's railway passengers are dying because the people in charge of keeping the train travel safe have failed. Do you know in India, there has been an average of 44 consequential train accidents every year in the 5-year period ending 2022 to 23? What is a consequential train accident? The Indian Railways defines it as accidents that have serious repercussions like loss of life, injuries, railway traffic disruption, and damage to railway property. Today, such accidents make headlines on almost a regular basis. What happens then? A probe is ordered, and then there is another accident. The cycle, unfortunately, continues. And it is time to put an end to this loop. 48 rail accidents were reported in 2022 to 23. Collision was the reason for 6 of these accidents. There were 36 derailments. So far this year, there have already been 13 train accidents in India. These numbers are as per the Parliament reply as quoted by media reports. India cannot afford such a high rate of rail disasters. 24 million people travel by train in India every day. India has the world's 4th largest railway network. It is the country's lifeline. Not every Indian can afford a plane ticket. Not every Indian is comfortable flying. If not a compulsion, railway travel is a way of life in India. From migrant laborers going to work to middle-class families going on vacation, train travel is always there. Sure, Indian Railways has a lot to boast about. It operates about 12,800 trains every day. Over 12,800 trains every day. It employs a staggering 1.3 million people. It hosts the world's longest railway platform. I'm talking about Gorakhpur Junction in Uttar Pradesh. It stretches around 1,366 meters. Today, India is fast upgrading its railways, bringing in high-speed trains. Work is also underway on the Mumbai-Ahmedabad high-speed rail corridor. This is where India's first bullet train will run. India has rolled out several high-tech Vande Bharat trains. Its sleeper trains are in the pipeline. The railways are coming up with new AC first-class coaches. Railway stations are being upgraded as part of the Amrit Bharat station scheme. Today, India has the world's highest railway bridge as well. This is over the Chenab River in Jammu and Kashmir. But again, what's the use of these engineering marvels? What's the use of the many upgrades if we cannot get the basics right? If we cannot convey simple instructions to loco pilots? If we cannot get our railway tracks in order? Indian Railways needs to put safety first. It needs to prioritize the lives of passengers. Everything, and I repeat, everything comes after. And I hope the Railways Minister is taking notes. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.